Hello everybody and welcome to another writing vlog. I have not picked up this camera in forever, and honestly I have not written in forever. When I last talked to you guys, I was prepping for Nano, I was prepping for my new story, getting everything together. Um, in that time I have finished one of my books. I had planned to update you guys on everything, and I got sick. I got the worst chest cold I think I've ever had. It wasn't, you know what, but it was still a really bad cold. I'm still kind of recovering, even though I've had this for weeks. Um, One of those things where the whole family keeps passing it around over and over again. The joy of having kids in school and working in retail and taking public transportation. I'm just doomed. I really, really am. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh, yes. So I have not written in a very long time. I started out strong. I was getting everything ready. I had my notebook full. I had Scrivener ready to go. And then, November 1st hit, and absolutely nothing got done. I was still not feeling good. All I was doing was sleeping. My work schedule went completely bonkers, and I was working the night shift and morning shift, and then night shift and then morning shift. And I was just not in the headspace to write. So I figured today, which today is November 8th, so better late than never. Let me tell you about my aggravation with technology today. There seems to be always something that I just cannot stand. I love technology, I love the computer, but then there are times where I'm just like, you're a bigger pain in my butt than you are if I just got pen and paper and just did it my own way. So anyway, I sit down to write. The kids are at school. I am off. I am rested. The house is clean, thanks to my husband. I love you. You are the best. So I'm going to write. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to start Nano. Today's the day. And I go to look at my index cards on Scrivener, and I'm looking at my chapters, because I got all the chapters already figured out, what's going to be in them, so I just kind of grab a card, write what's in there. Chapter 1 is missing. And then it just starts at chapter 2, and I'm like, where's chapter 1? Chapter 1 is gone. Then I try to fix it, somehow deleting now chapter 2. Tried bringing chapter 2 back, and had to sit here and remember what I even wrote for chapter 2 because it's been so long. And I'm guaranteeing you whatever I wrote was not what I originally had. And I don't think it was as good either because it was rushed. I already kind of made aggravated. So that's a mess. Then I find chapter 2 somewhere in chapter 10, which, okay, that kind of helps a little bit. So now I have chapter 2 back. Still no chapter 1. So I have to redo chapter 1. Then I'm looking through them to make sure everything's gone, everything's all good. Chapter 6 is gone. And that is not. I looked in every other folder and every other chapter and it's not there. So 6 is completely gone. I am so aggravated. So what I ended up doing was going on Canva and being like, you know what? I'm done with this computer. I can't take it anymore. I got my notebook, went on Canva, and I just printed out a little thing for my chapters, just wrote my chapters down, did all that, made a pretty background, got 2 pages of it, and I'm going to manually, by hand, write what each chapter is about. It's just a few little tidbits to let me know that this is what's happening in the chapters, so when there is something big happening, I'm okay, this is going to lead into that, so I need to figure out how to kind of get that chapter to mingle into the next one or what's happening. So I need this. This is kind of important when writing a book, is to knowing what each chapter is going to have. And so yeah, so I'm frustrated because now instead of starting my book, instead of starting chapter 1 and all that, I'm going to spend the day, because the kids come home at 2, and it's already 12:30 because it took me all day to get this done, and figure things out and have my meltdown and then come back and regroup. So yeah, instead of writing, I'm going to be sitting here now plotting out every chapter and making sure it's good. Luckily though, I do already have them kind of written in Scrivener what each chapter is going to be about. So it should be easy to just write. But the other problem with that is that these are smaller blocks than what was on the computer, and I don't write that tiny. So I feel like I have to really just put little bullet points as to what I'm going to talk about instead of like an actual description, which I'm kind of frustrated about because I like that full description, which really makes me remember what I was going about, where I was going with this, what I wanted to say. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping that I can get at least a good enough information on here to let me know what each chapter is about. Because the goal is to just be able to go on here, know what I'm talking about, and just start. So yeah, technology bites. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's get started. So here's another dilemma versus writing in a notebook versus writing on the computer. This is where technology is a plus. See, you're never happy. Never happy. So on a computer, if I decide that chapter 4 and 5 are going to become one chapter instead of 2 chapters, I can just delete one. I can just backspace. Notebook, I can't. So the question becomes pen or pencil? I'm thinking pencil, because then I can always change something or erase it, because I really don't want all this becoming like mismatch. But then pencil's dangerous, because pencil can erase, smudge off. I think I'm gonna go with pencil. This is so stressful. Okay, so I have finished Act 1 and Act 2 of writing it in my notebook. So now it's all there. I forgot how much writing in pencil like hurts your hand, and trying to write so tiny, it was like impossible. I don't know why I didn't use one of my lead pencils, because trying to keep this sharpened was a disaster. Like I don't know how I used to do a pencil all the time. But so they are here, and I actually was able to change a few things and add a little bit, which I did here and on the computer, just so I have both places, because you never know. So yes, I'm feeling really, really good about where it is right now. I just have chapters 20 through 32 to write down in the second half of this. I might not even like make the book 32 chapters, but I want to at least get each scene, each thing kind of figured out. And I won't know until I really start writing the chapters as to how long they are. So I might end up like combining 2 chapters together, and it may only be 23 chapters. I don't know. I'm like, it's one of those things where when you're writing the first chapter, you have no idea how it's going to go. I know it definitely won't go past 32 chapters. Like, it's not that kind of book. But feeling good about this. Feeling like I'm in a good place. I did count all the words that were on my Scrivener. I like copied and pasted and count them so that I could upload them to my Nano word count, because this still counted. Oh my gosh, writing these words by hand, it was tough. But so I got 699, which isn't really that great, But I do plan later on today. I gotta get the kids here in a minute. So I do plan on later on finishing the second half of writing all of the scenes down and what the chapters are going to be like. This way, hopefully, the next time, hopefully it's not 3 weeks from now, that I have time to stand and write, I can just write overly. Oh my gosh. I just want to write. So yeah, that is the plan. So, and that is all I have today. So, I'll see you.